Thanks, I'm delighted to speak this evening in support of the Industrial Relations Right to Access Amendment Bill. And I want to congratulate our Sinn Féin colleagues and Deputy David Cullinan on bringing this timely bill before us. Deputy Cullinan also, of course, had an informative briefing recently and had representatives from some of our major unions present to show quite clearly the difference that this bill, if brought through these houses, would make for trade union members. And I note that wide level of support across the trade union movement. Now, those of us who have been shop stewards, Cancorla, we all realise the importance of this bill for the welfare of workers and indeed of the enterprise and institutions in which they work to ensure that industrial relations problems and issues are identified and addressed early on to the satisfaction of everybody, of workers and employers alike. And therefore it's really disappointing that Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil are opposing this bill. It was in this kind of context, of course, that I myself introduced the very first trade union recognition bill in the 28th Dáil, parts of which later became law. That bill, of course, was introduced against a ferocious campaign of intimidation against SIFTU and IALPA trade unions in Ryanair. So I believe the bill before us is legally sound. It's based on legislation from New Zealand and Australia. Currently, we know that access to trade union it works very well in those common law jurisdictions. Currently, we know that access to trade union representatives does happen on a voluntary basis in a lot of workplaces, but proper structured access would help to avoid industrial unrest and, as I said, help the whole business. Voluntary access is just that, voluntary, and therefore can be revoked when any ripples or problems of unrest start. And for example, we've seen recently with Mandate Trade Union, as my colleague has said, and Tesco, where an organisation that was previously seen as a reasonable employer with a positive relationship with its main trade union Mandate, but which has now limited trade unions' access. So I'm delighted to commend our Sinn Féin colleagues and to support this bill.